Guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, if you are yet to just like this video first. Let's start with that. Like this video, thank you, and subscribe to my channel. Yes, I'm talking to you. I will definitely be transitioning into tech, like full-time tech is. Yeah, so for those that are into tech and you want to teach me, or you come and help my life, if I want to actually go into tech, I'm actually serious. Like, I want to go into tech full-time. So who is going to help my life at this point? Because I want to become a tech sis, a tech madam, HR slash tech babe. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, please use our subscribe button, and if you're an existing subscriber, thank you for watching my video again. So today I am going to be talking to you guys, or giving you guys premium gist of how I started my career in human resource management. So remember my last Q&A, I said that some people had already asked me prior to now on how I started my career in human resource management, if I just bumped into it or I studied it in school. Anyways, I'm just going to be giving you guys a backstory. And then, of course, if you are looking to start in a career in human resource management, probably you're still a student in school watching this video and you're thinking of, okay, what becomes of me when I'm done with school? Please sit back, relax, and watch this video, because I'm going to be giving you guys a whole lot of, detailed content, and I feel like it's going to help you. Also, if you're already a human resource person, this video is also for you. And then if you're looking into transitioning into a human resource professional full-time, I would also be dropping a few tips in this video. Joy. And of course, even if you are not a human resource person, this is an entirely detailed career video, and for anybody that is looking into transitioning into any career whatsoever, this video is also for you. Please, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you came here with your glass of juice and your popcorn, because I'm about to just give you guys some story time. Anyways guys, so I remember when I was a child, or let's say when I was finishing primary school, transitioning into secondary school, I just really wanted to do like my sister. My sister wanted to study accounting in school. Of course, she's a chartered accountant now, so she wanted to study accounting in school. And I'm like, okay, me too. When I become, a big girl, what will I study in school? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to study accounting just like my sister. So that was my dream and that was my goal, to be honest. Like, I wanted to study accounting in school. So that was where the whole accounting thing started from. So when I got into senior secondary school, I went directly to commercial class. I went direct to commercial class because I wanted to study accounting, like I said. And I remember that because I went to Queen's College. Shout out to my QC girls. If you're a W girl, especially shout out to you, my QC girls. Anyway, so I wanted to study accounting, so that was why I went into commercial class. I remember that when I was trying to get into school, our guidance and counseling team, they were saying that I should probably go to science. I'm like, what are they doing there? Because I never even had it in mind. My mom wanted me to be a doctor, yeah, but me, I wanted to become an accountant, just like my sister. And that was it. Like, I was not going to become a doctor for any reason. So I pleaded and they allowed me going to commercial class. I was very good with accounting, maths, and further maths. Back then, not now, before somebody would come and tell me that I should come and solve all mathematics for them. Anyway, so I was really good with maths, further maths, and accounting. So it was just kind of easy for me to blend in commercial class. I didn't find it difficult at all. Like, it was very seamless. So that was it about like secondary school. So when it was time for me to actually go into the university, I picked up my JAM form. When I was going to write JAM in my time, I remember that JAM was, you pick 4 schools. You're going to pick a university, a polytechnic, a school of tech or something, and maybe one other. I can't remember. So my first choice was accounting, second choice was accounting, third choice was accounting. I think the last school I picked, they didn't have accounting, so I picked economics, yeah? So that was it. Like, my 4 choices when I was writing JAM was accounting, because I didn't have an option. Like, I didn't want to study anything else apart from accounting. So I picked like 3 choices accounting and 1 economics, guys. Like, that was what I did. Anyways, guys, so when JAM actually jammed me, bombastic side, I actually JAM did not jam me, guys. I actually scored, I think, 220 in JAM. Yeah, and I wanted to study accounting. Mind you, I went to University of Ilorin and I am an indigene. So there's this thing that they do for people that come from Kwara State. I think there's like this indigene, I can't remember how the thing works, but I was like, okay, since I'm from Kwara State, I had 220 in JAM. I wanted to study accounting. I felt, okay, I think that was actually going to work. But long and short of the story, I didn't get accounting. Like, I was really pained. Like, I literally cried, I wept, I wailed. So I reached out to my dad and I told my dad that, okay, this is what happened, the list is out, but I didn't get accounting. And my father is like, okay, so what do you want to do? He was like, okay, what course did I get? I was like, I got industrial relations and personnel management. And I'm like, first of all, I'm like, when I first said, I'm like, what is this? Like, what is industrial relations and personnel? Like, what am I supposed to do with my life from this point? Because I just want to become an accountant, for crying out loud, like a chartered accountant. That was just my goal. So my dad was like, okay, what do I want to do? I was like, I don't know, that I'm not taking the admission. Then I was still like maybe 15. or 16, I think 15 or 16. So I was like, I'm still young now. Why do I have to rush to go to school? So I'm like, I'm not going to take the admission. I'm not going to go to school. Then the Holy Spirit actually ministered sense into my brain, like, you better go to school because you don't know what the next jam is going to look like. So I was like, okay, I think that just makes sense. So I said that, okay, I was just going to take the course and go to school like that. So my daddy was like, okay, probably when I am done with 100 level and they want to write another jam, I can try jam again and then do whatever and then probably reapply to study account. I was like, okay, that works. I will do that. So I got into school, 100 level, and then that was where everything started from. So when I got into school, when I got to 100 level, I met people in my department. All of us, it was a new course, so we're the pioneering set, right? The lab rat. So for people that went to University of Learning that studied industrial relations and personal management, shout out to you guys as well. So I was literally like, we're literally the lab rat. Anyways, we started in 100 level, and I remember that we actually did a lot of accounting courses. I remember that I did like 3 accounting courses. I did like 2 economics courses. So I was like, okay. This is still giving me like this feel of I'm studying accounting, even though I know that at the end of everything, I'm not studying accounting. So I was like, okay. This is accounting at the end of this. So I was doing like accounting courses, and I was feeling very, very good myself. Anyways, guys, so well, that was how 100 level went, and that was how. So when 100 level was wrapping up, my dad reached out to me. I was like, okay, oh, are you still writing jam? And I'm like, why should I write another jam? Like, what am I going to tell my friends? Like, I started school again, or I didn't cross. And there was one thing in University of Learning then, if you didn't get up to like a particular cutoff mark, you're not going to move to the next level. So I was thinking that, okay, people will not probably be thinking that, oh, maybe this one did not even make it to 200 level. That's why she's writing jam again. I'm like, nah. But that time I didn't have sense, because I'm like, I was more bothered about what people were going to say rather than actually pursuing what I really wanted to do. But mind you, accounting was not, it was just because my sister wanted to study accounting. It was not because any other thing was actually like, driving me towards that. So I was like, okay, I was more bothered about, oh, what will people say that probably this one did not make it to Sunday level. So I'm like, I'm not going to do jam again. I'm just going to continue like that. So I continued down to 100 level and then 200 level. And that was how, I just started getting, used to the whole thing. In 200 level 2, I did a lot of accounting courses. I remember very well. I did economics courses. I did management courses. Then in 300 level, we now actually focused strictly on human resource management courses. And that was where everything began to actually make a lot of sense, because I was actually enjoying my course. Yes, I did enjoy my course while I was in school. So like I said, I was thinking that maybe when I'm done with school, I'll probably just still become like a chartered accountant. Like I could still do ICANN and become a chartered accountant, because the goal, apart from studying accounting, the sound of chartered accountant just made a lot of sense. I was like, I'm going to become a chartered accountant. And my dad was like, okay, anything you want to go, girl, 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 girl. My dad is always supporting me academic wise and every other way. Yeah. So my dad was like, whatever you want to do, just do. I'm like, okay, that's fine, that works. So I decided that I was going to do ICANN because I wanted to become chartered. But thankfully, when I graduated in 2018, because I graduated in 2018, when I eventually graduated 4 years after, my course was 4 years, when I eventually graduated, I was like, okay, so at this point now that we are done, industrial relations and personnel management equates to human resource management. That's what they call it now, but it's actually human resource management. So when I was done, I was like, okay, at this point now we are done with school. What is the next step? Like, what am I going to do in my life? So I started doing my research. I checked through a couple of things. I'm like, okay, what can I actually do to actually upskill? Yeah. So at that point, I now decided that I was going to. So I was checking online for like things that one that studied human resource management can actually do just to upskill. And I saw a lot of courses. Then after school, I started NYSC. Yeah. So during NYSC, there were a lot of all these project management courses, human resource management courses. Come and write this course. Come and write that course. Just for certifications. So I was like, I don't think I'm interested in all these things. So like I said, I did my research, and then I found out about CIPM, yeah, Chartered Institutes of Personnel Management. This is not a paid advert for them. This is just me helping whoever it is that actually needs to know this information. So I found out what they call CIPM, Chartered Institutes of Personnel Management. So I was like, okay, I will do CIPM, because at the end of the day, when you do CIPM, you actually become a chartered human resource professional. And I'm like, okay, that's the goal, like to become chartered. So I finally found something in my field that I could actually become chartered in. So it just made a lot of sense to me. And I was like, okay, I was going to go for it. So when I checked through CIPM, I realized that, okay, I was supposed to go through like 6 stages of the whole procedure. But thankfully, because I was already a graduate of human resource management, I didn't have to start from stage 1. So I was able to skip stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. So I started from stage 4. Yeah, so I did exemption for stage 1 to 3, and I started from stage 4. So for people that actually have finished maybe their course in management, you can always start from stage 4. But people that probably did courses that are not management related, you have to start from stage 3. Then if you are still a university student and you want to start CIPM, you have to start from stage 1. But I always advise that you finish school and then start, because if you start from stage 1, literally you're just going to probably be doing repetition of what you're actually doing in school. That's just my opinion though. But if you want to start from stage 1, I know some schools that they start their students from stage 1, so that as they are graduating, they are also becoming chartered. Anyways, guys, so I started from stage 4 in 2019 during my NYSC. I think I did my first exam in August. I started in February, so I did my first exam in August, and the exam actually went well. I passed, and I was like, okay, okay, okay. So I moved on to the fifth stage, and then I did the fifth stage, and then I passed as well, and then I moved on to the sixth. Okay, so after the fifth stage was in February of 2020. Then after then, COVID came, because I remember that my final exam was supposed to be in August of 2020. Then COVID came in March. So when COVID came in March, I couldn't proceed because a lot of things changed. So they paused us for a bit. So I couldn't continue my CIPM. And then I was just doing my other things. I was working. Of course, I was serving, and I was, working and doing my business alongside. Anyway, so after COVID started settling bit by bit, and I said, okay, we should come back and write our final exam. So I wrote my final exams in November. By that time, they had moved CIPM from being a full-time exams, like a physical exams rather, to virtual exams. So they actually moved to virtual. And I remember that I actually wrote my exams virtually. That was the last stage of the exams. I didn't really enjoy the virtual because I was already very, very used to the physical exams. Anyway, so I wrote the virtual exams, and I think that was my final exam. Yeah, so I did 4 courses, and guys, actually, I failed a course. When my result came out, January of the next year, and I realized that I failed a course. I cried, I wailed, I wept. I was like, what is this? I felt like, okay, my effort was just, not being whatever. I just felt really, really terrible. I felt really bad, and I spoke with my dad. My dad is like, I mean, there's nothing to be bothered about. You've been passing all your exams, like we've been passing all your exams. I mean, so this is probably just a phase of your life that you have to go through, and at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. So that was quite encouraging. And then of course I reached out to my close friends, and everybody encouraged, and some of my close friends, we even all failed the exam, so it just made a lot of sense for all of us to get write it again. So we wrote the exams again, and we wrote the exams, I think the next time, I can't remember the date exactly, I think January of the next year, and then the result came out, and then we actually passed. So as at that time, that was in 2021, I now became a chartered human resource professional. The thing is that CIPM, if you do CIPM as a HR person, yes, I understand that when you're doing your NYC, they tell you to come and do like all these project management courses, all these HR, human resource management. I understand, yeah, those courses are not bad in itself, but to be very honest, they do not hold water as much as CIPM holds water. CIPM is not the only thing you can do as a HR person. There are a million and one things that you can actually do to be like a properly certified HR professional. But in Nigeria, if you're watching this video in Nigeria, the most recognized body for HRs is just like the way ICANN is the most recognized for accountants, is the way CIPM is the most recognized for human resource practitioners. And I mean, if you look at these days, when you see like job advert or job openings, it will say CIPM is an added advantage. If even for HR assistant, like even HR assistant, HR intern, you'll see CIPM is an added advantage. Of course, HR manager roles, HR executive, HR officers, you'll see CIPM is an added advantage because that's like the most recognized body for human resource professionals here or practitioners here in Nigeria. Anyway, so one of the benefits you get is that when you actually do CIPM, you get 2 certifications. You get what they call ACIPM and you get HRPL. Now, ACIPM means Associate Chartered Institute of Personnel Management. Then HRPL means Human Resource Practitioner's License. The first one is ACIPM, is what automatically makes you a Chartered Human Resource Professional. And then the second one is HRPL, Human Resource Practitioner's License. When you have that license, you can actually start your HR shop. Yeah, like literally, you can start your organization. That's what I mean. So you are actually licensed to practice HR in Nigeria. You are licensed to start your own HR consulting firm in Nigeria. That's what the benefit of actually doing CIPM. So like I said, that's like one of the best things you can actually do for yourself. So if you're probably a student watching this video and you're thinking, okay, when I'm done with school, what can I do? I would advise and I would suggest that you actually go for your CIPM immediately. Do your CIPM. Of course, you can be working while you're doing it. Yeah, it's quite, I mean, it's not like it's the cheapest thing, yeah, but it's not like the most expensive exams compared to like other ones. Anyways, if you're just finishing school and you're thinking of what to do next, instead of wasting all your time doing all those courses that they tell you to come and do when you're serving, just start your CIPM. It helps you better. And then of course, if you're already into HR and they are probably looking at upskilling, you want to just get better, you want to upskill, I also advise that you go for your CIPM. It's actually very important. Like I said, there are other things to do, but CIPM is like one of the most recognized. And then of course, if you're already a HR person and then you're looking at, okay, what can I actually do to just upskill and get better, or you want to transition fully into human resource management, I advise also that you go for your CIPM. You become chartered and you get licensed to practice human resource management in Nigeria. And then of course you can open your own consulting firm and all of this good stuff. And then of course, if you're in the UK, there's also CIPD. Yeah, CIPD is just like the UK version of CIPM. If you have your CIPM and you're moving to the UK, you just need to do like an exam to transition your certificate into CIPD. Yeah, I don't know about like US, but I know that CIPM is also moving to Canada soon, or they have already moved to Canada actually. So CIPM is actually becoming recognized in Canada as well. So you can imagine. So we've gone from Nigeria even to Canada, but I don't think the US. I don't think CIPM is what's recognized in the US. I don't know if it's recognized in the US. I'll do my research and I'll check. Anyways, guys, so those are the advantages, or those are the benefits that you actually get when you do CIPM. Yes, you can also do like some other management courses, NIM and all of that. And like I said, CIPM is not the only thing. So if you've done your CIPM and you're watching today and thinking that what is the next thing to do, yes, me and you are thinking the same thing. So you can actually go for PHRI, you can go for SHRM. SHRM is Senior Human Resource Professional. You can also go for, and there are two phases of SHRM. You can also go for PHRI. I think that those are like the three major certifications that you can actually get as a HR professional, and you are become a senior madam or a senior boss. I mean, those are like three major certifications: CIPM, SHRM, and PHRI. So I hope that this actually helps. And like I said, I also went for my master's. I did my master's in human resource management as well, and I finished with a distinction. I'll probably make another entire video talking about I actually finished my master's with a distinction while working, doing business. Life is lifing, and then finishing my master's here in Nigeria with a distinction. I'll probably give you guys a backstory as well of how I actually ended up doing my master's here in Nigeria and all of that. So I also did my master's in HR management, human resource management, and I've just been doing a lot of things in human resource management all the while, just because I just wanted to upskill. And the goal was to actually become like a principality here in HR. But now I'm saying I want to transition into tech, and I'm actually serious. Please, tech bros and sis, please reach out to me. I want to actually transition into tech. I'm not doing full housewife. I mean, what's that thing I said I wanted to do? My last Q&A. I said I wanted to become a rich man's wife. No, I'm not. Yes, I still want to become a rich man's wife. Yeah, but of course, I'm thinking of transitioning into tech, like tech HR girl, HR/tech girl. Mado. Yeah. So guys, I'll just round this up by saying that if you want to become marketable, like as a HR person, you just finished school and you're trying to know what to do next with your life. If you want to become marketable in the HR industry, please go for your CIPM. It's actually very, very important. Then after CIPM, you can consider doing SHRM, you can consider doing PHRI. I mean, if you're in Nigeria, even if you're not in Nigeria, SHRM is recognized abroad as well. So, like I said, these are the things that helps you to become very, very marketable in the HR industry. And of course, it also gives you that opportunity to land good jobs as well, because most of these jobs these days, whenever there's an opening for human resource, even to down to assistant, like this that you hear CIPM is another advantage. Like that's how people actually take this thing seriously. So I'll suggest and advise that actually take this thing seriously. It's going to really, really help you. And I hope my video actually helped you today. So guys, lastly, I mean, I'm your favorite HR girl. Yes, I have actually become your favorite HR girl by fire, by thunder, by force, by fire. You like it or not, if you don't like it, right? Anyways, guys, I'm just kidding. Anyways, guys, like I always say, if you need help with job applications, cover letters, CV reviews, I can always help with that. LinkedIn optimizations as well. I can always do that for you. If your company also wants to recruit, your company wants to train staff, and many other HR related functions, if your company is looking for anything at all in that, especially startups, you can always reach out to me, and I'm going to give you guys the best deals, and then I'm going to like come through and actually do like the Lord's work for your company. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you learned one or two things in the video. Please remember to like this video, you use that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Okay, this time I'm actually begging you, please subscribe to my channel. Please don't pass. Yes, you subscribe. Honestly, nothing's going to happen to your phone and you're not going to die. So please subscribe to my channel, like this video. I remember to share this video with your family members, your village people, your loved ones, and any other person that cares to know. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to my story time today. I hope you're able to learn one or two things. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye. Ah, man, I'm tired, but thank God. About so, guys,